friends, welcome back to this week's National Assignment Update. Today we're going to be looking at our open assignments for the ICU/critical care, ER, and PACU specialties. We have a lot to go over today, so let's jump right into the action. But before we do, make sure you're subscribed to our channel below, and if you go on to enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like rating and share this video with your friends and coworkers. And be sure to stick around to the end to see a full list of our open per diem assignments as well. Topping off our list, we have a few great paying assignments in Alaska. There's an ER position in Central Alaska. This is the best paying assignment. It's $2,050 per week. There's 3 ER openings in Southern, 1 day shift, 1 night shift, and 1 variable shift. A med surge and emergency room float position in Southern. A case manager position with housing and airfare included from the facility, so the package of $1,822 is what you'd be getting after your housing and airfare are already covered. And finally, we have a wound care position in Southern Alaska. In Arizona, we have 2 float positions, 1 day shift and 1 night shift. These will float between the med surge, ER, and ICU units. We also have a pre-op/PACU position, which is a Monday through Friday assignment, 8-hour shifts. An ER position in Northeast Arizona with variable shift, and a CV ICU in Central Arizona, which is a day shift position. Now, the majority of our assignments this week come from California, and also our best paying assignment this week comes from California. It's a med-surg ICU ER float position that will float between all 3 of those units. It is a variable shift in Northern California, and they're guaranteeing 48 hours, so that is really, really important. We also, in addition to that, have 2 ER jobs, 1 in Central and 1 in Northern California, several ICU jobs, a couple in Northern and 1 in Central. There's a CV ICU job in Central California and a NICU job in Central California. All of these are 13 weeks, 36 hours guaranteed, except for that ICU job in Northern California, which is only an 8-week assignment. In New York, we have several great paying assignments in and around Albany. These are going to be 13 weeks, 36 hours guaranteed, except for the 1 PACU position, which is 40 hours guaranteed. It's 4 10-hour shifts. So we have 2 night shift positions for ICU near Albany, 1 ER position, 1 for days and 1 for nights, and then of course that PACU position is a day shift. In Pennsylvania, we have a PACU position, which there's a day shift and a night shift available, 13 weeks, 36 hours guaranteed. There's also a PACU position, which is a day shift, 13 weeks, 40 hours guaranteed. We're looking at 4 10-hour shifts or 5 8-hour shifts, depending on your preference. And also an emergency room position for night shift in northeastern Pennsylvania, and it is 48 hours guaranteed. In South Carolina, we have a few ICU positions. The first has a day shift and a night shift posted. It's 13 weeks, 36 hours guaranteed. The second is only a day shift in northeastern South Carolina, and it is 13 weeks, 36 guaranteed also. And we also have a CV ICU position in northern South Carolina for 16 weeks, 36 hours guaranteed, with a start date of 5/29. In northern Texas, we have 3 assignments for the ER, 1 day shift, 1 night shift, and 1 variable shift. The day shift has a 5/14 start, variable shift a 5/21 start, and the night shift a 6/11 start. There is also an ER position in north central Texas, but they are looking for someone who lives within 60 miles of the facility to make them a local traveler. In Washington State, we have 2 PACU assignments, both day shift and both in the central part of the state. Both are 13 weeks, 36 hours guaranteed. There's also an ICU position for night shift in the south central part of the state. It is an 8-week assignment, 36 hours guaranteed. And also an emergency room position for night shift, and it is 16 weeks, 36 hours guaranteed. To wrap up today's video, we have a few assignments in various other states. PACU in southern Florida, ICU central Florida, ICU southern Georgia, ICU northeastern Illinois, ER central Illinois, ICU northern Indiana, medical ICU eastern Massachusetts, cardiovascular ICU eastern Michigan, emergency room eastern Michigan, ER northern Minnesota, critical care float pool northeastern Minnesota, ICU Mississippi, ICU West Central Mississippi, med-surg and ER float position with housing provided in northeastern Montana, critical access RN Central Nebraska, ICU Southern New Mexico, Emergency Department South Central New Mexico, ER Eastern Oregon, Cardiac Cath Lab Eastern Oregon, Med-Surg ER float position, northeastern South Dakota, and emergency room position, western South Dakota. And finally, we have a few per diem assignments. These assignments are typically 13 to 26 weeks long with 4 to 8 shifts guaranteed over the contract, but with the option to pick up more as you see fit and as how the facility sees fit throughout the contract. ICU in Brooksville, Florida, emergency room and ICU in Ocala, Florida, emergency room and ICU in Spring Hill, Florida, ER charge nurse in New Hampton, Iowa, wound care nurse, 3 positions for day shift in Duluth, Minnesota, all with a 5/14 start date. These positions have 20 hours guaranteed. Emergency room in Cedar Park, Texas for a 26-week contract, and ICU in Hillsboro, Texas. Well, friends, that's all we've got for this week's National Assignment Update. Please feel free to contact our office at any time via telephone at 866-864-8620 or visit our website at www.acesnursetravel.com, or feel free to contact any of the recruiters listed below via their email address. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for these weekly updates as soon as they go live. Thanks, and have a great day.